Hi, welcome back to Hearn Family Homestead. My name's Amanda. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I put together a simple hunter's pie using our home canned ingredients. We've got a quart jar of venison and also a quart each of the carrots and green beans that we canned last fall. First thing I want to do is open my jars and strain off the liquid from the meat and also from the carrots. I'm going to reserve this liquid and use it to make the gravy that goes over the top. And I'll go ahead and drain the green beans, but we won't save the liquid from them. So I'll set this aside. I have two 9x13 pans, and I'm just going to divide these into each pan, roughly half a quart. It doesn't have to be exact. And then I'll put my carrots in. And lastly, I'll put half the meat in each pan. And then I'll just mix this all together and make sure it's an even layer in the bottom of the pans. For the gravy, I'm going to use some lard that we made last fall, and I'm going to use about 1/4 cup, and I'll get that melting in my pan. Now that my lard has melted, I'll go ahead and add some flour, and I'm just adding flour until all of the lard is soaked up. You want a nice thick roux. So that was about 3/4 cup of flour. And I'm just cooking this over medium for a few minutes. Alright, now that my roux has cooked, I'm ready to add the liquid. And this is the liquid that I reserved from the carrots and the venison. So we're just going to add that in. There's a few carrots in there, but it's all going back to the same place, so I'm not worried about it. And then I just want to cook this and let it thicken. But in the meantime, I'm going to add a little salt and pepper. About a teaspoon of salt. I also want to add a little garlic powder. And some rubbed sage leaf. So I've got all my seasonings in, and this is starting to thicken up. And what I'm going to do now is just add 2 cups of milk to that. And the milk will just make it nice and creamy. And then I'll just cook it a few more minutes and let it thicken back up. So our sauce is nice and thick, and I'm just going to divide this in half. Pour it right over our meat and vegetables. And I just want to make sure that that's evenly dispersed into all the corners. That looks good. Now I'm going to top this with some mashed potatoes. I made extra last night, and the easiest way to do that is just to make slices. And that way you can kind of distribute it evenly over the top. And then we like to top ours with a little cheddar cheese. All right, now I'm going to put one of these in the oven. I'm going to bake it on 350 just until it starts to get bubbly and the cheese is all melted on top till it's heated throughout. And the other one I will save for later. Thanks for joining me today. I hope this gives you some ideas on how we use up our home canned foods and a good idea for dinner. Please like and subscribe if you're not already, and we will catch you on the next video.